Welcome to Inside the 90 on the road here. Excited to have two highly reputable EOS implementers with us today. So we got Andrew Geisel, you all know Andrew, and we got Mike Gruley. Mike, welcome to the Wonder Wagon.
Great to be here, man. I'm in a van down by the river doing a podcast.
It's even worse because it's not even by a river. It's on the side.
You don't even have a river.
Streets of Kansas City.
And you got to move soon because the cops are going to come, right?
Yeah, I just saw somebody walk by pushing a shopping cart.
Yes. Live in the last episode, Mike comes and knocks on the window.
Oh, that's
It's like,
funny.
hey, ladies, you got a cameo, ladies and gentlemen, Mike Gurley.
I'm going to see you.
Gruley, not Gurley.
Yes. Oh, that's funny. Yeah, I felt bad for interrupting.
Yeah, no, all good.
Well, I'm excited to sit down and just talk for 10, 15 minutes or so.
Perfect.
Man, you have been such instrumental in my implementation career.
Well, I could say the same about you.
Yeah, I love you, buddy.
We're on this journey together, man, and it is a journey.
Yeah.
And you just always feel like, actually, I was telling my integrator just yesterday, I said, I just feel like I'm getting dumber and dumber and dumber and dumber. And I'm realizing that I must be learning something because I'm just feeling dumber and dumber and dumber. And my wife agrees with that. But thanks to guys like you and all that we're surrounded with, you know, we're on the same journeys our clients are, and we're just trying to get 1% better every day. And I love that. I just love it.
Absolutely. We always say that we have the greatest job in the world.
We do. I honestly, I was 33 years in another career, and we were successful at it. It was great, but nothing compares to the fulfillment I get of what I do now. And people have told me too, this, oh, you should have done this years ago. And I thought, yeah, that might have been great, even though EOS wasn't necessarily around then. But I don't think I would have known what I know from all of it's kind of like that broken road that led me to this. So I think I'm well suited to get dumber and dumber and dumber right now for where I've lived in my life experiences.
I love it. I love it.
For each of you, how long have y'all been implementers now?
4.5 years for me, and you're a couple years ahead. Right?
Yeah, I'm about 7.5 years.
7.5 years. Yeah. So so Mike's in Novi area, Plymouth.
Northville.
Northville, that's right.
Yeah.
They're all the same to me.
It's all little towns all next to each other.
Yeah, exactly right. But as I got started in Detroit area, and so Mike was pivotal on me just getting my footing and what is this? How do I do this exactly? I was able to shadow a session or two of his. That really helped too, which is great.
It set him back a little bit. He had to recover from that. But he still made it.
I still have PTSD.
It was one of those, here's what not to do. So I'm going to sit down in your sessions.
I learned more from people what not to do than what to do.
Taking notes, going, all right, don't do this, don't do that. And look, it worked.
I know. It's great.
Mike, what was your introduction to EOS?
I always tell people I was the poster child for EOS. I've been running businesses since I was in my early 20s. I've had some great successes. I've had some train wrecks. But when we were really growing a business, and this was actually a little bit before EOS, I was just frustrated all the time. Same stuff. We've heard it all. Frustrated, didn't know, couldn't, everything was so difficult. And I had a business coach at the time, and he was thinking about, when EOS first came out, he was thinking about kind of sticking EOS into his practice. So he had traction. He said, can you read this? And I'd like to get your opinion on it. And when I read it, I just thought, how does this Gino guy know all about me? I thought I was really so unique. And we now know we're just like everybody else, So I hired him to be my implementer. And it was not only great for our business, it was great for me personally and all the people in the business. And we built a great business from there. I mean, not just transactional relationships with our employees, but really loving relationships with people we love to work with every day. Mm-hmm. And they're still, even though I sold that business, these are people they're like family to me still.
Yeah.
So
that's incredible.
So Gino was your implementer?
No, it was a guy. No, it was a guy named Preston True, who was an implementer here many years ago.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
So you got two implementers in front of you?
Yeah.
Right. Like what questions do you have for like the actual life of an implementer?
Yeah, that's what I was starting to think about this, because there's a lot of people who wonder. There's some mystery in what y'all do.
Right. Mm-hmm.
So, I guess starting with why do you do it and what do you love about it so much?
Why do I do it? I'd like to hear Mike's thoughts too, but the reason why I do it is because I have found that it fits right in my unique ability of how I can best serve my core focus, right? Of bringing truth and beauty into the work that I do. And so there's this piece of it that it impacted my life so much. And then as we got out of barracks and I looked at what is next, it just was natural of like, man, like it impacted me. And I started thinking about the things that give me energy and the things that take my energy away. And every single time I thought about when I was in a session room or guiding a team or coaching or thinking about strategy, I always came home just on fire, excited about the day, excited about the things. And so just listening to that energy as well was like, man, this really is where I need to be spending my time and what I need to be doing. I always say for me, my best place is in a session room. There's a lot around EOS you can do. You can do, come to the conference and be a big speaker and do all these different things and write books and all that stuff. Like, I just want to sit down with people,
session,
roll up my sleeves, and let's just talk about the business.
Awesome.
And build great.
And I mean, as your client, we all look forward to that day, right? We get excited about the quarterlies and you help us. And I've worked with Charlie White as well. So Charlie was our implementer of the previous company where I was the integrator. But Andrew's been with us day one. And just your energy and your passion, but also your knowledge and application. I think that's a huge part of it is you have been through the stages of being a leadership team and then implementing it yourself. You've had years, right? How long were you on EOS before you became an implementer?
2015 was when I started.
Yeah.
So
you have several hundred sessions now.
Yes.
In the past 4.5 years, right?
Yes.
So you've lived in that room across dozens of businesses.
Yeah.
And so your ability to stay in your lanes as an implementer, but press on us. Use the tools in the process, but press on us because you can tell when we need to be pressed.
And I think the reason I love it is because I love that situation.
Yeah.
Like that moment when we're in a room, like a push and pull, I love it. And that's where I struggle at times with teams that are there to, we need to check boxes and we need to put a plan together. I guess we got to show up and put a plan together. No, we need to solve issues in this room.
Yeah.
And we need to walk out of here stronger than we were when we walked in.
Amen.
And if we're not doing that, what are we doing?
Yeah.
What are we doing here?
And even a live example at our last quarterly, like an issue is I do biz dev for, sales for our agency, but I'm in the visionary seat and we're still a smaller team. So I have many hats on and we're IDSing like my capacity to do sales, because GW, I get it, want it. Capacity. And they're like, I got all these lists of, well, what about this? And Andrew goes, or you could just do it. You just cut right through all of it. And
a lot of excuses to me.
They looked at me and they were like, all right, how many hours? So I walked out of that quarterly with a metric of 16 hours of biz dev a week. Which was at that awesome table. I was like, all right.
It's a lot easier than to go, okay, well then what's not going to get done? Let's figure that out. Right. Compared to how do you fit this thing in when you're already full? So it's just,
Yeah, I think we tend to overcomplicate things. And I think one of the things I love about EOS is, we're just natural complicators. But what I love about EOS is it cuts through the noise and it just simplifies things. And when you simplify things, the answers just appear.
Yeah.
They just do. And you generally know, and I know you know this, when you're in the session room, all you have to do is ask certain questions. My favorite one is just, what do you want? And, just what do you want? Well, I don't know. Well, I think you do. Let's just I'm going to ask it again. What do you want?
Yeah.
And people clutter all this stuff around, all these things, and you just have to peel them away. You peel away all these layers like an onion, and you realize that there's that thing they want. And once they see it, they're like, oh, I know exactly what I need to do. I need to do it.
Yeah.
Right? Or not. And that clarity just helps you make decisions.
Absolutely. And I think oftentimes people actually know, they just have a hard time saying it,
Sure.
right? It's like this thing of just, we all want you to just say it.
Yeah.
Everybody in that room actually is going to benefit from you just saying it.
There's probably 4 people in the room that can answer it for that person, but they won't. And they go, yeah, here we go. We're going to talk about this again, but we're never going to get anywhere until he says, just do it. Yeah.
Well, I think that's part of that going to self-implementing versus working with implementers like yourself too, is, I mean, as facilitators, rule number 1 is facilitators don't participate, right? So if you are self-implementing, you're trying to facilitate and participate, and you don't have that, you're not out to within.
And you lose a bit of truth too.
Yeah.
It's just, I mean, I know I would do that. You know, we're just not always as truthful as we can be with ourselves. We can try and get pretty good, but I know if I'm paying him to stand in front of the room with a dry erase, he's going to be brutally truthful with me. And I shouldn't say brutally in the way that we know. We heard Gino speak about this. It is just a place that comes from love and a want to help. And then even if you want to go further than that, make it a little less touchy feely, you know, if you're paying me to tell you the truth, if I don't tell you the truth, I'm a fraud.
Correct.
I'm stealing from you.
Correct.
So if you've trusted me to tell you the truth, and I have genuine care and concern for you, I have to carefully listen and ask the questions that are going to get you to the truth.
Yes.
And that's where your freedom always is in the truth.
Yeah.
And that's for all of us. That's me included. But, you know, we're on the same journey as our clients all the time. That's why we all get together and beat each other up, because we have to find our own truth too. Because sometimes we drift.
Absolutely.
And someone pulls us back in, just like coaches do. And so we all believe in having coaches.
Yeah.
That's awesome. Well, I know, Mike, you got a plane to catch.
I have a plane to catch, man. I could do this for 3 hours. I love talking with you guys.
I love that.
But now I can say I did a podcast in a van, not by a river.
On the sidewalk in Kansas City.
Yeah, this is great.
So what's going on in your world over the next 6 to 12 months you're excited about?
6 to 12 months. We've had some really great excitement. We just had our first grandbaby. In Chicago, though, so we're spending as much time going there. I just mapped out a plan for, well, we were talking about, you've met Kim, my integrator. She lives in North Carolina, and she wants to come in and spend a couple days in Michigan, and she wants to sit in on a session.
Oh, wow.
She's trying to pick who it would be, and of course, all my clients know her, so they're like, if she comes in, can she be in our session?
Yeah.
So we're going to have a tough one there. So we got that going on, and other than that, maybe some time in Chicago with that little munchkin.
How fun! Make sure Kim comes in July.
That's right.
I'll be there.
Yes.
But also, she'll actually enjoy Michigan in July.
Yeah, but I don't want to bring her in January.
Don't bring her in January. Yeah.
So we're hoping maybe this summer. So what do you have going on this year? What's big and exciting?
Man, I am more just back to the basics with EOS than I have been in a long time, and I'm loving it. Like I'm trying to strip away all distractions of stuff and just serve there. Get back to the basics in life too. Stace and I are doing really well, but we've been really busy over the last 2 years.
Mm-hmm.
And so we just want to we're in this mode of like taking inventory in our life and making sure that we're putting energy where it needs to be. And I'm really excited about that.
I love that. Same thing with me too. I'm 64 now. So I'm just like, what do I need? What do I not need?
Yes.
And simplifying everything, just, dumbing it down and being very careful with my time. I diagnosed something too with my integrator. I said, I figured out where my anxiety or stress would come from. And I'm looking back on my past life and now seeing where my anxiety and stress came from, and it was being hurried. So I'm ruthlessly eliminating hurry. Yes. And she's on board with it. So I don't race or rush or back to back to back, or I'm not.
Oh man. So Stacy, my wife, talks, she does stress management, right? So she talks about the 85% rule. You ever heard the 85%?
No.
You schedule everything to the 85%, not the 100%. So what that means is, say that you have I got to go from here, and I'm looking at my calendar, and I have this event, and then I go to this lunch, and I got a meeting across town. You give yourself 15 to 20% buffer and everything.
Always.
Everything you need to do is 15 to 20%. So you schedule to 85% capacity, not 100%.
Yeah.
Because what ends up happening is 100% is 110.
And that might be more in the 65 to 70% range now, which I love. And I'll tell you something funny. You know, Kim, my integrator, well, I'm a yes guy. So I've had to tell her, you got it. She manages everything. So she's my boss. And so I'll say, hey, I just saw, Andrew's in town. We're going to have lunch on Wednesday. I just figured we'll do that. He said, well, how long is he in town for? Well, Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday. She said, you're not having lunch with him Wednesday. I go, why not? I can make it. She goes, no, because you got that thing before, and you got that thing after, and you got some drive time, and you won't be present. You're just going to turn into Krabby Mike, and he doesn't need to see Krabby Mike. That's what she says to me. I said, okay, fine.
How incredible is that?
And she'll say, I'll just reach out to him, and I'll figure it out. We'll get a slot in there that works for him, works for you. And I got to tell you, you're going to show up for life better when you just slow down. And even if I show up early for lunch, 15 minutes early, I got 15 minutes of just...
Well, and it's a better way to maintain, because otherwise you go through this cycle of, I'm overreaching. I'm at 110%.
Yeah.
Then what ends up happening? You crash at some point.
Yeah.
You take a vacation, you turn it all off. You're like, I need to complete. So it's 110% to 0%.
Zero. Yeah.
Then you enter this cycle of shame and guilt that I'm slowing down too much. I'm missing out, blah, blah, blah. And then you go right back to 110%.
But for me, it's like
And it's
you cram 110% of the week, and then on Saturday, when it's like Beth and I want to go do something, I'm like, I'm doing nothing to
Correct.
Like
That's your
spent.
crash.
Sure,
And so then I didn't save it in margin.
you're not present. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. And there's a lot of,
for
for driven people too, I think there's a lot of FOMO in there too. You're kind of,
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
you hate to miss out on stuff, and you want to say, yeah, I'll show up and be there. Sounds like fun, all that. But
Like a podcast in a van down by the river.
yeah, but this I would not say no. This is certainly, see, so you have to
You
know.
did say-
I have choices. Every
I
time
know.
you say yes to something, you say no to something else. And so I probably went to Kim and said, you got to say no to something else, because I'm going to the van down
You
by
did
the
say no
river.
to me last night about going out for a
I
beer.
said no,
So-
because I'm going out at 9:00 at night. That doesn't have any. I wouldn't be here this morning, or I'd be sitting here like this. So I'm
Awesome,
grateful
man.
for you, my brother.
You too, buddy. You too.
I'm
What's the best way people reach out to you?
Cell phone,
Cell phone.
248-761-4401.
Love it. All right,
Yes.
man.
Awesome.
And it's a pleasure.
Likewise.
Thank
Great
you.
to meet you.
guys-
Look forward to seeing you.
I
again.
wish I had clients just like you. I have some great clients, but
Yeah,
you're the best.
Thank you.
You're the best.
for sure.
And you're with the best, honestly.
Yeah. It's
Can't go
a
wrong.
good journey.